All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Andrew Kearney, CEO of BowlCentral. I'm here with Keegan Alexander, youth professional bowler and member of Junior Team USA. Keegan, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into bowling, how bowling is intertwined in your family, and just give us some history.
So, growing up, my parents ran a bowling center in Rochester, New York, originally from New York. Now in Texas, when I was probably about 6 years old, I hopped on the lanes one day and just bowled. I was bowling one-handed, two-handed, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. My dad made me decide, of course, to pick one-handed. Ever since then, I believe in bowling. It's just kind of been my passion.
And now that you're here, looking back on it, do you think you want to go professional after high school, after college? What is your end goal for this sport?
I definitely want to go professional. That is my goal. Of course, I want to go college, but professional is my main goal.
And you're on Storm staff.
Storm staff.
How has that played a role in your career in the last year or so since you've gotten on staff?
Really big, actually. Without the help of Storm, I probably would not have won a lot of stuff I did. Of course, I have to put in work to make the balls look good. But these bowling balls have been great all year. I mean, I love their urethane balls, so I've done really all year. They've been great,
What do you think your biggest accomplishment, not just with them, has been, but just in your career?
Probably Junior Team USA. That's one of my biggest ones. It's always been a dream of mine to be on Junior Team. So as soon as I got it, I was crying. I mean, it was huge for me.
Talk to us about that event a little bit. The emotions that went with it, being with your mom.
So I qualified for Junior Team USA this year and last year, 2021 at Junior Gold in U15. So as a U15 bowler, we come and make developmental team, but it still counts as Junior Team USA. So it's a long, grueling tournament. It actually came down to the final dancers round, where I started out 140, 130, 140, and 130, 140, 130, 150, 220. With like an 8-bagger, I believe, to make the team. My head was spinning. I was so done. I wanted to be done bowling. And then I was looking at the scores and realized I was only one pin out of it. And I was like, all right, we got to snap back in and make some good shots and hopefully make the team. Then once I figured out that I beat my friend Ethan Caruso, then it was kind of like all my emotions I just started crying. It was crazy.
The frustration from shooting the 130s and 140s, and then
just gone.
The happiness from shooting 220 and getting the strikes you needed to then, eventually making the team. So you're also on staff with I Am Bowling, wearing their jerseys and representing them at competition. Talk to us about what your relationship with them is and how they've supported you to where you've gotten today.
Oh, I love Ken, Kathy. They're all really nice. Shannon, I've talked to Shannon a little bit as well. They're all really nice. Even when I'm struggling, Ken's come over a little bit. I talk to him after every SYC. They're great people. They're one of my favorite people in the bowling center, honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good. Okay, so you are 16 years old. You're sponsored by I Am Bowling, Storm, and Magnum Bowling.
Yep.
Explain to everyone watching what Magnum Bowling is.
So Magnum Bowling is a vaporizer bag that you put your bowling balls in and stops your ball from ball death, or what you guys will call ball death, or your pores drying out. It will keep your ball not soft, it'll keep it soft and make sure that it's at the best condition it can be.
And the more the balls dry out, the more prone they are to cracking and things like that. So the product just helps with the longevity of your bowling equipment. So going into one of your biggest accomplishments behind making Junior Team USA is this past year, the Junior Gold TV show, where you finished third. Talk to us about how that event went, how your match against Landon went, going into the TV show.
So going to the TV show, I thought, at least on the practice pair, I had a pretty good look. I mean, you were there, and you saw my look was all right. Then going on the TV pair was pretty different. The left lane played a lot, really tight. I wouldn't say, honestly, I had no look going on to the actual game other than my urethane, which didn't give me the best look. But going into the match, as soon as the match started, I threw urethane. I started with a strike. I was like, all right, we got this. And then I was still in between on bowling balls in the left lane. So like, all right, you know what? We'll try it for a frame. If it strikes, we'll stick with it. If it doesn't, we'll switch out of it. And I got 4 to the face, and that's when I was like, all right, we're putting the reactive balls away. We're sticking with the urethane for a game. Hopefully, my goal is to get 200 because I've been on TV before. I got like about 140, 150 because I was in U12. I shot about 220 and I lost. So of course, there's nothing to be disappointed in this year. I mean, it was a great finish, 3rd place. I would love to finish 3rd again.
In addition to making 3rd on the TV show in Junior Gold, you're also a 4-time SYC champion. What does that mean to you? How has that impacted your life? And yeah, just what does it mean?
It means a lot. I mean, I started bowling SYCs in 2018, so of course I think I was 12. It was my first ever one. The first ever SYC I bowled, I won. So that's partially of my went with the part where I want to keep bowling as I get older and older, and then eventually go pro. It kind of built the passion in as one of my bigger national tournaments that I've ever bowled. It definitely means a lot to win it. And then 3 years later, I finally won it again in the same bowling center. So I won it again in Coastal, which is North Carolina and South Carolina. It's kind of a mix. And then I won the next 2, actually, they're all back-to-back. I won 3 in a row. After not winning for 3 years, it was a ton. A lot of emotions going to that too.
What did that do to your confidence level? Did it shoot through the roof?
I'd say I kept my confidence was great. I really had to keep my mentality the same as it was, because you can't go into a tournament thinking, oh, I'm going to win. I mean, of course, I'm going to have a little bit of tiny bit more ego building in a little bit, but I got to keep that lower as well, kind of stay a little more cool as I'm going. But it definitely means a lot.
So being only 16 and having won all these big tournaments and being on Junior Team USA and being a role model for all the young kids in the bowling alley, when you walk into a center, you really have to conduct yourself a certain way and represent the brands, the amazing brands that you're a part of.
Yeah.
How does all of that pressure impact you, and also the pressure of coming from a family that bowls and coming from a dad that bowled on the professional level? How do you deal with that?
It's definitely a lot, honestly. Sometimes it really can get to me when I'm bowling, because I could be bowling really bad and I gotta just check it in, just be like, all right, it's okay, it doesn't really matter. It's just bowling in the end of the day, you know. When I'm bowling great, I just gotta keep going. Of course, my mental game's gonna be strong. That's gonna be what's the strongest when it's bowling. But my mental game really needs to show when I'm bowling my worst. And with all these brands on my back, you got I'm bowling logos. Wearing them right now. I just love them all. I gotta make sure I'm representing the best I can. I mean, my overall goal is just to have a title on a tour, probably a couple. The overall dream would be to set records and, get to probably about 20 overall titles.
Okay.
Not set them too high, but of course, winning on tour, you only have a 2% win chance.
Are you your biggest competitor?
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
I think, the only person that can beat you is you. I think going into a tournament, worrying about others that shouldn't be your mindset. Going into a tournament, if you keep yourself in check, you'll probably bowl the best you can.
So, talking to the youth bowlers out there and everyone that's looking to get better, what tips do you have for them on things they can do? Obviously, spare shooting's a big one,
right.
But how do you structure your practices to make sure you're ready for the next tournament?
So practice-wise, I know exactly when the bowling center opens. I get there at 3 o'clock at Clean Bowlorama. Usually on Wednesdays and Fridays, they'll have some sport shots out on Fridays usually, all the way on the end pair, and I'll bowl there for about an hour, then get my work back in on house shot, and I'll shoot some spares for a little bit. My tip for younger bowlers is don't beat yourself. Make your spares, keep your mental game in check, and just try your best and have fun. If you're not having fun, you will not do great things out there.
Do you think in competition you sometimes lose track of the ability to have fun when you're in tough pressure moments? And how do you pull back from that and remember why you started in the first place?
Oh, for sure. I mean, when I'm competing, I get a little too serious sometimes, and if I don't strike, I get a little upset, of course, because every pin counts. But that being said, I gotta get up there and make my spare. And when I miss it, then your head's gonna be spinning. But that's when you really gotta look at it and be like, all right, let's check in. If you're not having fun, let's pull it all together, make sure you're having fun again, and go back to the basics.
All right, well, thank you for sitting down and chatting, Keegan.
Yeah,
everyone, this is Keegan Alexander, on Storm staff, on Iron Bowling and Magnum staff, Junior Team USA member as well. Go check him out.